Hey guys, I've lost 180 pounds and sometimes my scale creeps up, so I kind of have to do some type of reset. So right now we are going to do a carnivore-ish and a creamy reset. I'm driving down a back road, but I was told that to eat today there's going to be sliced, I think they said sliced pork, sliced chicken, some kind of casserole, a potato, something, a vegetable, and I don't know. I'll try to show you what I can. It's kind of rude sometimes for me to just cut in line and be like, here's the food. So I try to lay low and let people get what they want to get and kind of sneakingly show you all people's plates. So, which is kind of rude if the person's watching. They might be like, dude, why you got to show my plate? Anyway, I will show you what I can. I got 2 burgers here with me. I'm going to wait to eat those until everybody's eating. So, and then I'll probably get a little chicken and maybe pork. We will see. All right. Off. Now I'm back on the big road. Gotta go. So this is how the tables are set. I got my purse and my burgers saving this one. And then I got a drink and sunglasses saving this one. But that's how it looks around here. And then that'll be the stage, and then somebody will talk. This is a gymnasium, and they have a couple stations that people can go to do something at, and I'll show you that later. So these are the signs. This is what they're having. It's not out yet. So it looks like chicken breast, smoked loin, chicken and dressing, potato casserole, country green beans, this salad. So I'll probably get some of the salad. Anyway, I'll show you what I get. This will be the stand. Talk to us later. Alright, so there is that salad that they said they had, and a little bit of ranch, and they've got green beans. I'm not getting those. Baked potato casserole, because some places they put sugar in their green beans, so I'm gonna wait. And they got chicken and dressing. There's smoked loin and chicken. I'll get some smoked loin and chicken down there. I'll show you. Sometimes they put sugar in them, so that's why I didn't get them. Like the restaurant Mom and I go to, they put sugar in them.
Smoked what?
Smoked pork loin. Yeah, I'll take a piece of that. And then some chicken. Thank you. Okay, yeah. Thank you. So you see that, and they have probably some fake butter. And then over here's the drinks. I don't know if they're, the desserts, probably the cookie that's at the table, but I gave mine to somebody else. So this is what I'm having, and I will also have my 2 burgers. And I've put my 2 burgers on there.
And you see less work, which leads to less productivity, which has an economic impact on communities. So it's one of those things, but it's not an isolated issue. It really does have an overarching impact, not only on communities, but our nation. People have to have access to mental health and substance use support. It's not a wish we could or be nice if we had it. It is an actual have to. It is a necessity for communities to actually thrive. And just to kind of reiterate how King County is affected, last year in 2024, we served over 4,000 individuals just right here in King County.
Hello. So I think I did good. I just had that little bit of lettuce. No, I didn't do good. Well, I did there, but then they had this little tin. Y'all, it was this cute little tin. This is where my impulsiveness gets me. This right here was filled with sugar-free mints. Hear that? Yeah. None. Do you know why? Because I did it. I shouldn't have. It's sugar alcohols. Let's see which one it is. There's no added sugars. Looking to see what kind of sweetener it is. Hang on. Sorbitol. So when I got the poops later, who needs mag citrate when you eat a whole bunch of sorbitol? You'll be all right. You'll be all right. But anyway, I am me, and I did that. I've got coffee. But on the bright side, it was this, and I didn't eat the cookie. And I didn't eat the potato casserole, and I didn't eat the chicken dressing. So I didn't do too bad. I'll take this. I'll take this over the cookie and all the other stuff. So good enough. Not good, but good enough. Sometimes that's all you got to say it to yourself is good enough job. Good enough job, Terry. Got the air fryer going. There are 2 thick pork chops in there that I made out of a pork loin. And then I cooked 3 chicken thighs. I went ahead and deboned them and air fried them. And then I let them sit here and cool, and then I sliced them. So I'll have 1.5 of those with the pork chop. And then what I'll do is I'll pour that render juice that's in the bottom in and divide it between the 2. What I've been doing is after, if the air fryer's done, I put it down in my sink and put hot soapy water in it. So that's what I've been doing. So then that way it sits. I soak my my creamy lid and paddle in this soapy water while I'm eating, along with soapy water in my air fryer bottom. And then that way, when it's hang on, I gotta keep that running hot. Then after I'm done eating, I come back and I rinse that out, and then I rinse out that. So then those are good to go for the next time. But anyway, I'll see y'all in 11-ish minutes. So I'm experimenting. It says 3 minutes remaining. I am going to heat up my skillet, and then I'm going to try to reverse sear it. Oh, dang it. I got seasoning on it. It'll be all right. I ain't worried about it. I'll just burn that seasoning on there. But anyway, so when this beeps and says, or when it says like 1 minute, I'm going to go ahead, or whenever, maybe when it says to, when it says that it's time to take it off the heat, I'll stick it in here. So anyway, I'm going to heat this up. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do. And then I'll pull it from the air fryer and get it good and seared right here in this cast iron skillet, baby. All right, so I got that sitting there. I just have this grate sitting there. That's got my scissors that I cut the meat with, and my creamy stuff there. I can put this away. That's why I set my air fryer on when it's hot, so I don't burn everything. Anyway, so that's my bowl. Tomorrow's Terri. She's going to be so happy, or whenever Terri gets to eat that. Maybe tomorrow. It might be the next day. I never know what Terri is going to get. But anyway, by George, tonight's Terri, she's throwing down, y'all. All right, I'll meet you in there. Well, I got by Advantage Multi. Where I live, there's not a lot of ticks. I've literally never. I've lived here since 14 years. Moved here in 2011, and I've never seen a tick on my dog, not one tick. And so I use the Advantage Multi with my dogs. That's the one thing it doesn't cover is ticks and some other, like a couple other worms or something. Hang on, I gotta fix my cord up here. Hang on. Okay, anyway, so I just did that. So I have to watch how I pet them because they all smell all medicinal. Poor Sammy, so, oops, hang on. When I got Sammy, I think it was 2018 is when I got him. He had heartworms and was getting heartworm treatment. He hates when I put that stuff on his back. I'm kind of wondering if the smell of that, there's a bone. All right then. So that's what a shoulder bone feels like. Anyway, I wonder if he smells that smell and that's, triggers a memory. Anyway, you guys, oh my goodness, tonight's gonna be so good. So I don't forget, I have a Zevia. It's the creamy root beer with a splash of cream. And my electrolytes in it. And then, I'm going backwards tonight, ain't I? This is chocolate toffee with caramel. So, let's give it a taste. But listen, I did a thing today. I looked at I kind of did a cost analysis of doing my creamies the way I'm doing them versus just buying keto chow. Because if I do just keto chow, I don't think I'll have to add the thickeners. So I did switch up my subscription, and I'm gonna try it for a little bit. I kind of adjusted my budget and everything, and I'm gonna try it for a little bit and see what I think about it. I may like it, I may hate it. We'll find out. Anyway, so in the future, like when it comes, it's gonna be just straight keto chow by itself, and we'll see what we think. Like I said, you can always cancel and do lower. All right, so the pork steak. I remember I told you it's gonna burn the seasonings. I wasn't joking. I don't know if I can. Hang on, let me see if I can show y'all down in here. Just a second. See that juice in there? I got shorts on. Don't be worrying yourself. So I take half of the rendered fat from the bottom, put half in here and half in with the other, so that next time Terry gets some of that rendered juices. In fact, so good I could slap all of y'all. I'd slap every single one of you. It's so good. Man, oh man, oh man. That was the pork. Let's try chicken. I put a Band-Aid over it because I'm just don't want it to come off. Anyway, how you doing? How's your day? I really only had one big impulse twice. I had an impulsive with the food twice. The food was fine. I'm not worried about what little bit of salad I had. But then that whole container of mints, it was like those little teeny tiny ones that look like about that size. Hopefully you can see just that little side. And I was driving, I popped some. Popped some more. I slid the little lid and a whole bunch of them. I popped them. Anyway, they were probably all gone in about 10 minutes. So that was one impulse. Then, as I was driving back to Cape, I had a couple pit stops. I ran by 2 vets and picked up medicines. And so on the way back, I was kind of like, I want something. I'm like, girl, you don't want, I said, feel your stomach. What's your stomach feel like? I said, quiet. I'm like, then that's just anxiety. That ain't your belly telling you you're hungry. So I had to have a little conversation with myself. And so got back to work, chugged on my water, and got me a coffee, and I was better after that. So that was kind of my 2 in my head moments today. So but other than that, it was a good day. It was a great meeting. Luncheon. It was a community type luncheon with the people that our center works with. So we have a program that we work with, like a bunch, like our programs. Like we work with the police department in our area, the police school. And when people are going through the police academy, we have a nurse. One of my nurses goes in and she has like a PowerPoint of the medicines, what to look for if they pull somebody over. If they find just some random pill, how to look it up on a specific app, a couple different apps. So she kind of works with them. So basically what this group, it's not all policemen, it's just some of them are CIT trained. Don't ask me what that stands for. But anyway, so what they do is then they get certified, and if there's a crisis intervention team. So if it's during the a random hour and they roll up on the scene, the police roll up on the scene, and they're like wondering, is this person okay, what's going on, they can call one of their officers, and they can come on the scene, and instead of bringing a therapist, calling the therapist who might be in the middle of a meeting with a client, so this is about how to, like, the whole training. My girl's part is just the medication part, but the whole training of that is to help prevent people who have a severe mental illness from being shot, or not being communicated with appropriately. And they're able to kind of, maybe talk them off from doing something terrible, whatever that is. So anyway, those people were there. Who else was there? Like our foundation board, and then our governing board was there, and a couple other, but the community place of the year was our local Cape Girardeau High School, or Cape Girardeau School. One of the representatives was there also from the state, and so but the winner, the person of the year, or the group of the year, was the high school. So our central high school, next 5 days, high temps. Okay. So our high school, or our local public school, they already work with our youth department. And so our youth department it's called a youth day treatment. And they have a classroom, and it's kids who are not able to stay in the classroom because of their behaviors. So teachers will, I guess, make a referral, whatever. They have like a therapist there on duty in the classroom. They have other trained people, and an actual teacher. And so they're in this classroom learning how to be in a classroom setting. So, they have the regular classes. And they have one at the high school and the one, I think, at the junior high. But they used to have to go to one of our places, and they got bussed over. Well, now this Cape school actually wants those people in the school themselves. And they're going to provide a place for it. And anyway, so because they've realized what a value is, because, these kids come into this program, and maybe they're there, some of them are there 6 months, some of them a year, but while they're there, it's like they hit somebody. Hey, why did you hit them? Let's work on your coping skills. Why are you laying on the floor kicking and screaming? Let's work on your coping skills. So they're teaching them how to behave in a classroom setting, and then those kids get to, I say graduate, and then go back out into the regular classroom setting with their peers. So it's really a benefit. And so it's really cool. But that's the people who, got, I don't know, community member of the year, whatever they're called. Anyway, so it was good. Like I said, I showed you the food, and that was good. I was standing in line with one of our doctors, and I was asking him if he'd heard anything about this nicotine patch for ADHD. And because I told him I follow somebody, and it's helped her get off her ADHD meds. He said he hadn't heard about any studies with that at this point, but he said he could see how it would work because it's a stimulant. So anyway, we just jibber-jabbered together, and I laughed because his son graduated this weekend, and when I started, his son was, I remember his son was like in first grade. So I was like, oh my gosh. And I haven't seen his son since, because, like I said, we work in a different building. So I don't see all the people at the main campus. But all right, that's what I know. I got to catch up with some of your channels, and I got to see what's going on with the P. Diddy trial. So I'll see you later. Bye.